Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Soccer Showdown. This week's edition is hosted by me, Martino, Puccio. Jersey Joe Archino's out sick. He'll be back soon, hopefully. We got Tevan Costoso here instead, so he's going to be helping me out this week. He'll be my role. He'll be taking over my role that I usually do. But Champions League is back, Tevan, and we're going to kick it off with Liverpool. They absolutely annihilated Manchester City in this one, winning 3-0 at home at Anfield. The atmosphere was terrific. Really one of the first big games in a long time. They get a familiar foe in Manchester City from the Premier League. We know Manchester City's been running the Premier League all year long. They've looked really well in the Champions League. But what happened this week? Because this is unexplainable.
I think what actually happened, Liverpool took advantage of the Anfield atmosphere, and Manchester just completely got rattled. They were kicking the ball to nobody. They really looked not like Manchester City out there. Liverpool really took advantage in the first half when the fans were going insane. Three goals in the first half, and they didn't look back from that. They defended well in the second half. They completely looked great. And I think Liverpool's going to ride off into the second leg and do absolutely great.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head there because you were talking about how they didn't really get that many opportunities in the second half. I think Kevin De Bruyne didn't even have a shot on goal, which is
Manchester
absolutely
City had
insane.
a shot on goal all game.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy part because we're talking about the juggernaut offense. I mean, Liverpool's got a fantastic offense. We've seen it. Salah and Mane, they both score in this game as well. But, I mean, we talk about it all the time. It's just a completely different animal. You would think this year around that Pep Guardiola, he's got his whole squad, all the investments with the money, but they let up 3 goals at home. They don't get the away goal, which might be the biggest part of it. What does Manchester City have to do in the second leg to come back from this?
They're going to need a lot of offense. Depends, obviously. But if they work together, they're going to be at home, of course. So the fans got to feed off that atmosphere right there.
They're going to grab one early, right?
You got
to set the tone in that one.
Yeah, they can't let Liverpool score a goal.
If Liverpool scores first, you think it's done?
It's completely over.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah, I think if they score at all.
That's 4 up. That's already an away goal line.
They're going to need 5 goals if Liverpool scores, so I think it's done no matter what.
So you think it's done no matter what? Just
if Liverpool score, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Any chance at all at Manchester City possibly having?
Yes, they have a chance. If they
score, have a chance?
I think if they do get 3 goals, they'll go over extra time, and
anything can happen from there.
Anything can happen from there.
Taking chances from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this next matchup that we're going to talk about, a 3-0 result, but the difference was the team that scored 3 goals was the away team, and that's Real Madrid. They've been utterly dominating this competition the past couple years as they won it back-to-back. Cristiano Ronaldo, again, I mean, he's just been so clinical. He had that fantastic goal, overhead bicycle kick, scored on Buffon. In history, in the Champions League, Juventus and Real Madrid, when they've met over the course of 2 legs, Juventus has won every time they've gone through. Obviously, we know Real Madrid knocked out Juve in the Champions League final last year. I mean, Juve, how disappointing was this to you, seeing a team that's so great at their home, known for defense, not being able to stop Real Madrid?
Absolutely disappointing. I think Juve, they really let the fans down. They let everyone down. Between the history, I didn't expect anything. I expect maybe like a tie. Buffon couldn't do too much, especially with Ronaldo, the way he was playing.
Yeah. That whole sequence, he made the great save on that.
Incredible save.
You can't really stop that overhead kick. I mean, that's just one of the most insane things. Goals, probably goal of the year in the Champions League. But how about this? It kind of reminded me of the second half in the final last year when these 2 teams met, that Juve just came out flat. It just looked like Real Madrid was just on a totally different sport. It didn't even look like Juve belonged on the field with them. Now, like you heard Buffon after the match saying, like, this one's done. I mean, how do you come back from 3 goals, 3 away goals? You didn't even score any. You have to go into the Bernabeu, which is probably the hardest place in the world to play.
Yes.
And what's next for Juve? I mean, they got to really change something up now because what they're doing in the Champions League isn't quite working.
No. I believe it's over. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Yeah, it's done. Oh, you don't have to apologize to me. I don't mind seeing Juve lose like this. I think I'll take this almost any time. But Real Madrid, the number's 3. We talked about 3 all show. Possible 3-peat? This would be the first time since Liverpool, I believe, in the 80s.
Correct. Yeah.
So what do you think?
They have the best chance for me. I think of all the teams remaining, they got the best chance. I think if anyone can stop them, it'd be Barcelona. And God willing, we got a final for El Clasico.
El Clasico final. Yeah, not bad. So we're going to go over to one of the other favorites in this matchup, and that's going to be Bayern Munich. Bayern went into Spain to go against Sevilla. A 2-1 result. Not the greatest result in the world for Bayern. We won't stay on this one too long. Everyone picks Bayern for the favorites in this. This was probably one of the more lopsided matchups coming into this quarterfinal. So what do you think Sevilla has to do to even have a chance of advancing?
Sevilla, of course, needs to hold Bayern to nothing.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. Oh.
It's very difficult, especially since Bayern is one of the best teams in Europe at home.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if Sevilla could do that. But I think of all the teams in the Champions League, I think Sevilla has the best shot of absolutely coming back and winning in the second leg.
So far.
They beat Manchester United at home.
United.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. The Ben Yedder thing. I mean, I think it's not impossible, but I also do think it's one of the least likely ones. I think Manchester City has even a better chance of coming back to win their tie than Sevilla does, because, I mean, going to Bayern is totally different. At least it's a familiar opponent with Liverpool and Manchester City. But we're going to talk about just absolute annihilation in this one to wrap up the Champions League this week. Roma, once again, getting a difficult draw. They go to Barcelona and Camp Nou, absolutely annihilated. They gave up 2 own goals. This one finishes 4-1. I mean, Barca, coming into the year, not that many people were high on them, including myself. They made the necessary moves. They do not have Coutinho for the rest of this competition because he was with Liverpool. But how do you like Barca's chances? Because you like to go them to the final now?
I think they're going to make the final. If they don't play Madrid.
Depending on the draw, yes, of course.
They can beat any other team in the Champions League draw right now.
I'd agree with that.
Especially at Camp Nou. I think Barca's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, they've just been so fantastic. Even in the league, you didn't really see it coming. At least, like, they've been great in the Champions League and La Liga as well. We haven't really seen that from Madrid. It's just been the Champions League.
Dude.
So you got those two. Those two are your favorite right now after seeing these first legs?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
If anyone can challenge them, I believe it would be Liverpool.
El Clasico final is great.